I spoke about the Chabad Lyubavitch of 770 in an earlier transmission. I mentioned that, as Erev Rav, they would have access to their Hamitic ancestors' ancient Egyptian magics. Among them is a sort of alchemy, using a toilet bowl as a cauldron. The Bible differentiates between male and female witches, but the only Isser Hamor applies to a female witch. The male witch might be called a wizard, but in either case, they are the wise men and wise women in esoteric lore and homunculi. The Talmud says that all women practice some witchcraft, but that the amount is not necessarily great enough to define her as a witch. This particular ritual involves the mixture of 5 types of bodily waste with pure water and some perfume. It can only be performed by a woman and only under specific circumstances. Apparently, the formula involves her urine, feces, menstrual discharge, cervical mucus, and perspiration from within her thigh pits. These secretions are exuded into a toilet bowl, serving the function of a witch's cauldron. It is done during routine trips to the loo, but it is a complicated matter to coordinate the timing of these events. She must be on her period, need use of the bathroom for both urination and defecation, feel sexually aroused to the extent that the vagina might lubricate sufficiently, and she must feel that the overall temperature of the room is warm enough so that perspiration collects in her thigh pits or pubic hairs. Some of these substances do not enter the mixture until she wipes herself clean by means of a wad of toilet tissue and then deposits it into the bowl. The room is then sprayed with a household deodorant to both mask the odor and cause a passerby to inhale deeply so as to enjoy the scent of the perfume, which in turn is laden with the masked odors of bodily waste products. It also helps if the room is partially, but not fully, ventilated, for it both concentrates the vapors and carries them forward by means of the breeze, thereby introducing them to the nostrils forcefully, thus taking on a phallic character as it penetrates the body of another. It helps her spell to leave the toilet bowl seat lid up and the bathroom door open. The spell is meant to be cast on a man, ideally her husband. It results in the creation of a Lubavitcher homunculus. Once again, a Lubavitcher is a lobster in human form, and a lobster is basically just an evolved reincarnation of a roach. It is considerably larger than a roach, dwells on the sea bottom, breathes water, is sold as food, and has a more colorful carapace. Apart from that, it's just a large insect. It is not really meant to be ingested by the human species, but it is technically edible, and many people enjoy them partly through the power of suggestion overpowering their willpower. This is because the seafood industry has successful advertising campaigns. Nevertheless, it is to be avoided even by Gentiles. It goes without saying that none of this witchcraft works unless the woman knows how to have the intention necessary to bring about the spell. There is a statue of the lobster made of brass, bronze, or some yellowish copper alloy. It is worshipped as an idol. Presumably, if it were destroyed, the Chabad Lubavitch 770 movement would cease to exist, or at least falter. Right now, it is an international network of cabals that loosely cooperate and share their enormous funds. They are largely the product of evil and forbidden practices, so they too should be shunned sensibly. This statue can also be represented by certain types of walkers that resemble roaches. They usually are brown or black in color. The person using it essentially transporting a mobile idol with him or her. Leaning on it is actually a concealed form of bowing to it. It's considered a form of religious oppression to bring it into the presence of strict monotheists.